It's me, Dr. Christian Lassen, with Evergreen Dental in West Jordan, Utah. Someone was asking me about the mercury and silver fillings the other day and wanted my opinion on it, so I gave it to him. I thought I'd share it with you. There is mercury and silver fillings. That's no secret. No one's trying to hide it. No one's trying to dispose of it for industrial uses, or there's no conspiracy about it. It's just a really good way to make a filling that can last 40 or 50 years. Now, if the difference is between having a tooth that rots away or causes a dental infection, or putting an amalgamation of various metals into a hole in your mouth so that it can last for another several decades, I'm going to favor that one. People are afraid of the mercury vapor that comes off when it's being polished or chewed on. There was a documentary I saw about someone using an industrial meter to measure the tiny amounts of vapor that came off of a silver filling after it had been polished without water, using a high-heat, high-speed handpiece. And that industrial meter extrapolated it over cubic meters of area of the amount of mercury that was in the air. Now, that's just a wrong assumption to do in someone's mouth, especially in their normal chewing habits. We know that mercury is bad for us. We know that industrial amounts of it, polluting our water supply or our fish, is bad for us. But there's never been any study done, and there have been many attempts to show it that have all come inconclusive as to whether the small amounts used in silver fillings is bad for us. There is just no proof, there's no evidence, and it's been incredibly studied over the last 100 years. It's not something that anyone is willing to make a stance on unless they're willing to ignore science or have an agenda to push to make money off of it for some reason. And there are people in both directions doing that. But as a dental material, I do stand behind it. I don't place any in my office because people just don't like it. It's just not something that people like in their mouth. They don't like the silver gray look on their teeth. So we don't use it. But I don't have anything against it, and I won't preach against it either. But it has nothing to do with health reasons or fear of the mercury in it. If the silver fillings were losing mercury on a daily basis as you chewed, we would see those silver fillings shrink over time, and we just don't see that. They stay stable, and in fact, a lot of times the tooth will shrink while the silver filling will not. And we'll see the exposed edges of a silver filling while the surface of the tooth has been eroded and dissolved away. It's just incredibly stable. It's incredibly strong. It's not very pretty to look at, and when they are made to be too big, they can act like a wedge that will fracture the tooth. And we do see that after a filling has been in a tooth for 30 or 40 or 50 years. They'll start to split apart. But the science just isn't there to show that it's harmful to us. Used in dental amounts. In large amounts, absolutely, yes, no one disagrees with that. But in dental amounts, there's just no science to show that it is harmful to us. Our body is made to handle exposure to metal, whether it's in our environment, the food we eat, the dirt that we might inhale, the dust in the air, things like that. Our kidneys are really good at getting rid of extra metal that we don't need. So unless you've got kidney problems or some other serious health issue, that's your bigger issue, not the metal you're ingesting. But I hope that helps. It is a wonderful filling. If you have it in your mouth, don't worry, don't stress. It's amazing. Unless you've got some kind of nickel allergy and you've got an old silver filling that has nickel in it, it's probably not causing your health problems. Your health problems are likely either due to something else or maybe even just your anxiety and stress over fearing about the silver filling in your mouth. So rest assured, rest easy. If it does bother you, if it does worry you, if you just can't get over the fact that there is a silver filling in your mouth, come to us. We'll talk about it. We'll replace it if you really want to. We do white fillings, composite fillings here, and we can talk about the benefits and risks of that as well. But hope that helps. Take care. Bye.